We're grateful. We know that this is a series and we've been pushing it on all our social media. We are grateful. She has done this severally, almost throughout her life. She's blessed and gifted at doing this. We're honored to have her today. She would be anchoring the topic. I know this is a series and it's health wealth without pills, without having to take drugs, which is very, very, if you ask, very contradicting. Because yes, this is a pharmacy, right? This is an online space. Pharmacy, your drugs, your health, what you need. However, we've come to realize that a number of people do not know that there's something called wholesome health. And even if they know, it's just beyond what they know. So we're just enlightening. We're bringing in fun and acceptable studies that have proved to be right over the years. So yeah, and I'm grateful and honored to have her on this platform. This will be posted on YouTube, so you would always have access to it on YouTube. Her name is Akinola Olushola. Yes, the names are similar. My name is Akinola Yanunura. So thereabouts, someone very close to me. She's my mom, my mentor, she's my teacher. She's also counseled me over the years. She's an amazing woman, an amazing mother. But most of all, she's an amazing counselor. She sits and counsels you. It may not sit right because the beauty of counsel is that in the midst of counsel and truth, there can be a bit of fight, right? It may not sit right in that bit, but when you go home and ruminate and sit over it, you see that there's a word over it, there's truth over it, and that's why I'm even bringing her on this platform. Yeah, she's starting the series with us. And the name of this series, or this topic for today, is counseling worth it? Really, is it worth it? There'll be different other topics. I'm excited. We'll have accountants, we'll have engineers. It's so funny how health spans into different spheres, right? So join us and enjoy this series as it will be coming up most Thursdays and it will be very, very fun. You can always send in your comments, send in your questions to our email address, to our account, TikTok, Instagram, even to YouTube. We'll see them, we'll see your comments, and we'll also answer your questions as soon as we can. We're very grateful that you're giving us this space and giving us your time. Thank you. Sorry for the quiet. I'm looking to invite her. She's had a long day, so this is something that is really on her heart and in her mind. And I'm honored. I'm very, very honored. She's taking out this time to share this with us. Yeah, she's an elderly. She's my mom. An elderly, she's an amazing woman. Her strength is amazing. Her patience, her strength. I'm very grateful. Thank you so much. We'll be back soon. Okay.
Is it done now? Yes. Bá mi reduce kìíní yẹn kí n kúkú ṣe nǹkan tí mo ní ṣe níbí. I'm tired.
So, so I introduced you in the first video. It's already on our social space. So they all know that you are my mom, right? Because things are actually similar. Yes. So we're grateful to have you, Ma. We are honored. Like we already said, the topic is counseling worth it? Is counseling really worth it? And we know that you're a counselor, you are a teacher for almost all the years of your life. So just want to have an expert help us. Like we already know, the phrase is health wealth. The climax to it is health wealth. Without pills, we're not thinking of pills, we're not just thinking of medications. But still wants the wholesome health. So my diploma was really counseling.
Counseling is enlightening, bringing to light some things, encouraging people, and making people to understand something that is not yet known to them. That's the major work of counseling. Then, as a counselor, you must be an experienced, trained personnel. In different fields, we have counselors. We have different counselors in different fields. It can be in education, it can be in profession, it can be in a way-to-way, different ways of life. So we have different counselors in different fields. Then counseling, these are the people, it can be a group of people, it can be a person wanting to want to know some things. It can be in education, it can be way of life, it can be profession. That is counseling or counseling. Thank you.
So very grateful, Ma. Thank you for that explanation, Ma. But to pick notes on what you just said, you said a counselee is one that is willing to know. So does that mean even if a person is not willing to know, the person shouldn't be cancelled?
Well, it's easier if somebody is willing. Even as students, we have four groups of students. We are willing and able. We are willing, unable. We are unable and willing, and we are unwilling. But we are not going to just lead them to their middle place. We are going to push the right thing to them. Not that we lead them out of it. But that is children, that is little ones. You make sure you follow them up so they will not, you don't just leave them, you follow them, or that's for children or even to adults or youth. But as adults, some people, even when you are telling them, they will not take care, they will not know, they don't want to know. And at the end of the day, they will fall out. They will not be serious, and it will have adverse effect in their life. And we have two types of counseling. We have right ones and we have wrong ones. We have right ones. The right counseling, these are the ones that when you give, it will give life. It will show light to the person you are giving it to. It will bring wisdom. The person at the end of her life, he or she will appreciate that counseling. That's the right one, given at the right time. But the wrong one, some take wrong counsel unknowingly. They don't know. They tend to it and they take it. That wrong counseling will bring death, it will bring sickness, it will bring sorrow. So we have two types. That's right counseling and wrong counseling.
Okay. So I'm going to pick on that note. Thank you for expressing and explaining that in full. So I'm going to pick on that note. You said wrong counseling and you spoke on sickness, which why a number of people will be viewing this and watching this, right? And I have a case study with a client that took on the advice, a wrong advice, and I would even include the parent. So it goes this way. Is a young person and went into the wrong counsel and is on medications right now because they're trying to control the addictions, right? But the parents had to come on board. However, when they started the course of treatment, there was no counseling initiated. What's the question? Where are we driving at? We know pills are involved already, right? So I wanted to ask if I know you are more or you lean towards the teaching the children counseling, but if you were to advise the health sector, would you advise that they always or they help to initiate counseling in all their kids? I know it's expensive, a multidisciplinary or multi-dimensional treatment course can be very expensive. But would you advise that most treatments, especially when it has to do with youngsters, adolescents, that involves a counselor, including the parents, because now the person is really the child is not even longer a child, is almost is 18 thereabout, is totally on psychotic medications that just helps. Not that is insane, right? But just there's some medications that we just use to maintain through. So the question here is, would you advise that a number or all um, um, treatments for children especially include a counselor?
In fact, in any area of life, counselors should be involved. Seasoned counselor. Like these youngsters you are seeing in schools, we are trained in university to go into schools and do that work. But it's a pity they don't allow counselor to work so much in Lagos State School. I work only in one school as a counselor. That's Ahmed Junior Girls. Every other school they don't allow us. In fact, counseling should be from cradle, right from age 5, when the child knows right and wrong, before they go into all these social evils. The children should be counseled. They at home, in school, everywhere. Even the doctors, they should have counselor too. They too should learn. They should have a little bit of counseling before they administer drugs on people. Like these youngsters that go into drugs, you can see that if they have right counsel from their youth, telling them what to do, what the ways to go, don't go this way, don't go this way, you will see that most of these young people will not go into the wrong side, that it will now turn them to something else in their early adolescence, when they are away from their parents. So counseling is needed right from, I will even place it at age 5, because these children, when you tell them something sincerely, they know. And especially when they are parents too, it should be with parents, when it is parents that know that will be able to give. You don't have something you cannot give it. Anybody that does not have, if you don't have money, you can't give. So it's somebody that something that you have that you can give. So the parents should know. When they know, they will be able to give that. And if they don't know, let them think forward to ask those that know, or those that are alive are listen to them, so they too should be able to groom their children on the right path. So for me, I will say counseling is for everyone, every aspect of life, even profession, the doctors, the nurses, the educationists, everywhere counseling is needed, because counseling is showing you the right path to go in life.
Okay. I'm very grateful for that response, Ma. You spoke on parents, that even some parents would not even have the good counsel to give because them themselves they need counsel. So I was going to ask when and how do we realize when to go for counseling? Because I know one in our community, especially blacks, the way we enjoy or the systems in which we get counsel is maybe through church, our religious bodies, not even really work. Just naturally those means we don't attribute go and see a counselor. It's not really accepted in our community. I've come to realize that that aspect is really lacking and is becoming a problem over time in age, in evolution, in even development. So the question is, when do even parents, elderly realize that they should go in for counseling? It may not totally be um, because of their children or because of a dependent or something, just for their own check, for their own mental check, for their own health check. When you, how often do you advise that adults going for counseling?
I will advise adults to go for counseling, especially when they start rearing children, before and after marriage. I think before marriage, they normally give unmarried couples, they normally give them counsel in churches. I don't know about that in mosque, but in good churches, they normally counsel the unmarried couples. They tell them some things they should know
But
and some things
you
they should.
said after marriage. What does that mean? You mean after the wedding? Or
Yes, before and after wedding.
wedding? Okay.
Yes, before they should go for counseling, because this marriage is going to bring in some seed, some new people, some things that are clean children coming from God, that they don't know anything, and whatever they see from their parents, that's what they'll be writing on this tabularizer. That's their plain art. Their heart is plain paper, neat from heaven. But when they just come to that family, to that couple, to that large family or nuclear, they will now start saying so many things that they are writing on their own heart, that maybe is wrong or right. So these parents, these young adults should go for counseling before going to wedding, and after even wedded, they should continue seeing counselor when they are growing in the marriage, because the euphony of the joy of getting married lasts for 1 or 2 years. After 1 or 2 years, the real thing comes out. The finance comes out, their whole self comes out, the way they are, the way they are trained. And that's the reason why marriages have problem after 1 or 2 years, they start fighting, start having issues. But if they continue seeing their counselor regularly, it will settle down and it will help them to shape the home. And you know, when the home is peaceful, the whole atmosphere, the whole society will be peaceful. It's because homes or small unit of family, they are not peaceful. That's the reason why larger society is in trouble today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ma. Thank you. That was very, very enlightening. So, from what we are hearing and from what you're advising, we are that before wedding, yes, they go for counseling. It's almost statutory for a number. But even after they've done the coming together, commiserating, they have to do it. It's like a lifelong journey. So they
Please.
are expected. Okay. So this question is going to go the other way. And it's going to be the light of counselors. How and in what way do you advise counselors? Because they're also part of the society, right? Their health needs check. When their health is in check, their mental health, physical health, there are even less issues, like you said, happening in the society. Less accidents, less drinking. A lot of things are actually less, right? So, how often should the counselor also go for counseling?
How often the counselor too should go for counseling to check themselves? Well, because counselors too, they are human, they have flesh and blood, they have their books, but there are sometimes they too need to go to higher level. Maybe they too need to read more, ask more questions for their book, or Google it, or read it from Google. Or there are some other higher level lecturers that they too they can learn from. And you know, learning is every day. They should not just rely on what they've learned in the 20 years or 30 years ago. They should continue learning and relearning. So by the time they are teaching, because what happened in 19s happened in 18s is different from what is happening here now. And the society is they differ. The way older ones are groomed is not the way younger ones are groomed now. So the counselors too, they should check, they should learn and relearn, read and read, ask questions, Google, and ask the maker of the whole world, that is God. They should pray that even this counselors and counselee that is coming to me, I don't want to speak of myself. I want God. So prayers, they need prayers, they need learning, they need reading, they need doing more. So that's how counselors can improve themselves too.
So it's more of being self training and retraining. Okay.
Yes.
So really they may not need to have another external counselor unlike normal people.
If they have higher, you know, if they have higher teacher that they believe that know better than them, they can run to them and they rub minds together, and you know, iron sharpeneth iron. They can sharpen themselves and they become brighter again.
Okay. I'm very grateful for this. So I think this would be leading to our last question. So we can have, because we'll keep going on and on and on and on, but we know if someone has to rest and it's been an eventful day for everyone. So yes, we know that the religious bodies are the ones holding it right now. They're the ones helping out right now with counseling. They're trying to fill up that space. They're trying to fill up that because they've seen that there is a loop. I mean, in our community, I'm not even saying generally, because the white people, they tend to have counselors, therapists, this one, that one. But these are our community, the blacks, Ghanaians, South Africans. These are our community, Africans. We tend to want to do it through either what we believe, the religious settings, or the whatever we believe, So this is the question. One, there are two questions in one. That's why I said this would be like the end of the topic. One, do we continue this way depending on these gaps that are being filled by these bodies? That's one. Do we keep depending on that? Then two, what are counselors doing to reach out to the number of counselors that we have now? Because we know we have counselors, and I don't think they're trying to they're trying to push it out there that we are accessible, you can reach us, we are here for you, as we have you too. So the question is two ways, and I said one. Do we continue, or we continue with the, oh, we already have the religious that is pushing in counseling? One. Then two, the counselors that we have in the society, because we know there are counselors like you in society. What are they doing to push it out there that you can come in and reach us? We are accessible for the health school, for this school, for that school. What are they putting out there? Because we realize that there's a gap and we need them. There is a gap and it's needed. And it's when everything is holistic that we can even start thinking of wealth, of all these other things that we are looking to clamor on. Okay, ma. Don't know if the questions were clear.
I think so. The first one is, do we depend on the old hands, the Christian and Muslim way of counseling?
Yeah, the society,
Do
the
we
black.
continue? Do we continue
Yes.
like that? My answer to that one is no.
Hmm.
It's not only religions that we need counseling. I've said it. I said we need it in the home. The parents need to know. The doctors need to know. Nurses need to know. Every facet of life needs counseling, because even before that child gets to marital stage and he gets to church, there are some inbit that is already inside that
Hmm.
child, right from age 5.
Hmm.
By age 10 is already sealed up by 12.
Hmm.
That to remove it is hard.
Hmm.
So we should not continue with only that gap, only church or pastors or Muslim, or when they want to get married, that's when they need counseling. I said no. Counseling starts from
Hmm.
cradle. I can use my grandson as an example. He's just 8 now. He's just 8 this year. And I counseled him at age 5, 6. And that thing is still in him till today. And I'm still building on it, on living food and on dead food. And I remember that night he was very sick and hot, and I woke him up in the middle of the night, and I said, okay, let's Google this thing, and we did it together. We read it together, and the thing sat inside his brain. Until today I'm happy. I said I don't want you in and out of the hospital. Until today, thank God, is strong and healthy. So I practicalized and it works. So counseling starts from cradle, when the child is not yet formed, when the child can be trained, when the child can be molded, when the child can be bent in and bent out. So like that one now, before it get to age 12, there's nothing I want to give it to him that he will not take in and understand. So I don't need to get to when he wants to get married before I tell him the right thing that he's supposed to know. That is one. So the first question, we should not remain on that gap You should not leave it to church or mosque alone. It should be on every area of life. Then the last one, if I get it well, is that how can counselor reach out? How can we reach out to all these faces? And I believe they are still training in the universities. As you the last question you said that how can even counselor be retrained? So counselor need to retrain, and we still need to move. We should not keep quiet. It's like when you are the light, you light others. There's nothing wrong for you. Nothing takes out of candle when you want to light 100 candles. So counselor should not keep quiet. It should continue to light up and light up and light up. And by his grace, you see that your impact on the society will be felt. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma. We're very grateful to have you, ma. We're honored and we're very grateful. So it's not a question. We just want to ask, ma, where can we reach out to you? On what platform? We see that you're on Instagram. Can we reach out to you on Instagram for consultations, for counseling? Are you accessible there? Where else can we reach out to you?
I will say I will prefer WhatsApp
Okay.
because I'm used to WhatsApp well. I know it very well in and out. This new one I'm just learning. So, and I don't want anybody to reach out to me and I will not be able to give answers. So I will prefer the WhatsApp,
Okay.
and that one will be helpful, and I will be ready to give in anything I need to give out
Okay.
there on WhatsApp.
Okay. So we would add your number to this on all social mediums. We'll add the number on WhatsApp. We hope that you're able to reach out to many that would want some kind. We are very grateful for this. We know we'll be having you on this series coming soon. We're honored that you're on our first series for this month and ever. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. You are welcome. You are welcome. God bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.